Hey, it's Shannon. I'm here today to share with you a look through my 2022 project, which is an 8x10 kind of free-for-all book where I'm putting everything in this year. So in the last few years, I've done a lot of 8.5x11 and 4x8 scrapbooking, printing them at home, popping them in page protectors and putting them into albums. And I just can't sustain that space-wise anymore. And as a digital scrapbooker, it's very easy to translate your digital pages into photo books. I had done that previously, and I've made grand gestures of saying I'm not going to print at home anymore, and then I go ahead and do it because there is something nice about creating a page, printing it out and seeing it right away, putting it in a page protector instead of kind of waiting with photo books. You need to wait 6 months, 12 months to do a finished product. But what happened last year, I decided to take a lot of my digital layouts and print them as photo books as they were, but they became kind of collections of all random layouts. And I thought this year what I would really like to do is to start off with the idea that I'm creating a book and working it that way. So having some cohesive fonts, having some cohesive layout styles and things like that. So I can have a finished book that has a bit of everything in it, but also looks like it kind of goes together, if that makes any sense. So this book is going to be an 8x10 blurb book. I went with that size because I've done a lot of the trade books. The paper quality in those is not as good. And I just thought this year I'm going to splurge and do more full page photos and that kind of thing. And I just think an 8x10 gives you all the options of the beautiful papers, and I just thought I'm going to go a little bit extra this year for this particular project, which is why I picked that size. So I thought I would just quickly show you before we look through what I have so far at how I get my pages in. So with Blurb, I'm making all of my pages in Photoshop Elements, and then I am saving them as JPEG so I can bring them into Blurb. And I've set up, you can see here where I've got drag an image here, I've set every page up to be expecting a full spread like that, and I've actually made my layouts that size in Photoshop Elements. So instead of doing an 8x10 left and an 8x10 right this year, I've just done a 16x10 spread in Elements, and I'm kind of enjoying working across a double spread instead of kind of a left and a right, and it's easier to bring them in. So you'll see what I've got in here, these are a couple I haven't put in yet. So if I just drag them down like this, it's a really simple process, and it knows kind of where to put them over the two pages. And you can see I've designed a lot of white space around these on purpose. This pink area kind of shows you where the cutoff is, and I'm not really concerned at the bits that are cutting off because I'm kind of expecting that. So now I'm just going to go up and use this preview button, which is awesome. And we can just get a sense of then what this will look like as a book. It really helps me as well, just being able to look at it this way, because I'm working in these pages and seeing it together like this. It kind of makes it all make sense for me. So I've opened it up. Obviously, I'm going to put some kind of title page there, but I've opened this up with just two layouts that I had left over. So in this book, there's three types of pages I'm making. I'm either putting in, regular standalone layouts that could go in any album. Then I'm doing my journal kind of pages, and then I'm using full page photos. So they're the three types of things you'll see in this. Most of it is those journal type pages and the full page photos. But you'll see here I've started in October. So I like to think about the next year's documenting at around this time of year, October, and then I've learned to just go with it. Like, you don't have to have a January to December project. You can start whenever you like, and I find that starting when I'm excited about something is the best time. So that's why I start. I don't know if this will go October to October, October to December. It doesn't matter. As long as I say on my front page, October 2021 to whatever 2022, I will be sweet. So these are just regular scrapbook pages. These could live, outside of this book. That's why I call them standalones. They're just bog standard scrapbook pages. Then we come along to this, and this is the actual layout that I made when I was playing around deciding what I wanted to do. So this is what I'm calling my digest layouts. These are like magazine-y, they're project life-y. I'm using a couple of products. I'm kind of using this tape and staples and scribbles and everything just to give it a vibe of low-key. it's just been randomly stuck in. It's very old school. It's very smash book. And that's the vibe I want. It's, you know, that's just what I wanted to go for this year. Nothing too precious, nothing too serious. And I'm using the same fonts you'll see throughout. So this one is called Mogla Medium. It's MoggHla, and it's probably a free one. I think most of mine are free ones. I'm using this little guy, which is a fancy typewriter called Script 12 Pitch, and I'm using this for all of my journaling, which I use all the time. It's typewriter condensed. And then I've got these tapes, and I've got things, you know, scribbles going off the edge. I'm using a lot of my simple products like this from my shop, where I'm kind of filling things out, writing on little labels, and it's just really fun. I'll show you some of the products after, and I actually have templates of these layouts that you can use if you want to do something like this yourself that I've got in the shop. But we'll just kind of look through. I won't kind of explain everything because you'll kind of get a vibe for it as we go through. This is a page I made about my love for Wes Anderson films, and this is a drawing that I did on Procreate, and then a little kind of internet picture there. This is my son's school photo. It was just a fun way to get in. I just took a photo of it and stuck it in there and gave a little story about him growing up and moving on from this school eventually. I'm using a lot of my old stash, so a lot of these products I don't even know where they came from. I started digital scrapbooking in 2010 and quickly built up a big stash. So I'm having a ball going through and finding old things that just work. A lot of everyday photos and stories. I'm using, you know, some of my Ali Edwards cards, but it's really a lot of washi tapes, staples, and little kind of labels and things that I'm using a lot in here. These are kind of what I call 12-year-old girl in her bedroom type scrapbooking, which I love. So it's, you know, I love punk rock, so I'm just going to put some photos in and say I love it. A lot of food photos going in here, a lot of film, a lot of selfies. I'm using, you know, my Thursday threes by Are You Kristen. I'm using my currentlies and that kind of thing. I'm saving little things, you know, onto my camera roll that I'm finding, you know, Instagram posts or memes or things and popping them in. This is more kind of a layout about my scrap space. A nice photo of the city with a little title on there. Another selfie. You can see I'm just kind of keeping a similar look to the whole thing. Watching the Brady Bunch with my son, and I've just done a currently watching list. Another full page city photo. The dog. Television. Last day of school. More television. I'm using a lot of journal cards, which is great. A lot of kind of stickery things. This is a spread photo, and I want to do more of these. I don't think I have many of them in there yet, but just putting a photo over the whole double spread is awesome. I already did a December daily, so I just thought it was important to kind of put something about Christmas in there, you know, just to note that it happened. So I just did this very simple spread there. I wanted to document that vinyl sales were the highest that week since 1991 records. You know, I love those. I love that. I love that that's happening. A New Year, just a New Year photo. Swimming pool again. Lots of little kind of notes about random things. And I'm just doing this, you know, once a week, maybe twice a week, and just going through my camera roll and seeing what I've got in there. The fun part is going and kind of finding little products. I really enjoy these kind of Q&A things where you type stuff in, and I'm looking around for those kind of things in my stash all the time. I made this little Janice art thing using a photo and some digital flowers, another currently thing about me. I want to put some more handwriting in, so you can see there I've done what we were watching over summer with handwriting from Procreate, which is really easy to put into here. A lot of song lyrics, more memes. You can see I've done that thing a lot where I'm doing the tape with the title on it. I like that. And then just random stamps to fill up the space if needed. A couple of pattern papers there. Podcasts. I'm putting a lot of my drawings randomly in, and here's some more memes and things. This is just, we watched Les Mis on the last day of summer break. It's not a great photo, but it's perfect for this kind of thing. Current obsessions, a lot of lists going on in here as well. Super Bowl. Collection of secondhand records that I'm getting. More full page photos, of course. More journal cards, more stamps. Some are busier than others. Some are very simplistic. This is more of a layout. I took some photos. I've been listening to the Oldies station and created some stamps out of them with a stamp filter in Photoshop Elements. I love how that came out. Things I'm obsessed with right now. COVID struck the house. Valentine's. No, it wasn't Valentine's. It was our wedding anniversary. Don Draper. Who doesn't want Sterling Cooper in their book? Gorilla Tag. More television. More me. I love these little cards, you know, with a 1, 2 and a 3, just to add something in. Another spread. New boots, new bedding. A rainy day. Weekend photos. The dog. This is probably more of a layouty style. Watching Twin Peaks with my daughter, which I have been looking forward to since she was born, really. And that's the end for now. So I think, you know, I'm up to April. October to April is what we just saw there. I'm happy with how it looks, and I think it's just going to be a really cool book when I get this back at the end of the year. So now I'm just going to shamelessly self-promote some of the products of mine that I'm using in here, and other people's as well. So if we go here, this is my store, Shannon Page's shop, shannonpages.com. I've put a bunch of the templates, so you can see them here. I've got them in 6x8, 8x10 and 8.5x11. And let's click on that quickly, and you can see I've kind of got the tape in there, I've got some headings in there, I've got staples in there and places where you can put your photos. So if you're interested in kind of scrapbooking like this is a good start to do it. And I think there's eight in that set. That is called Digest template set. Then if we quickly look down to Lightroom, so the products of mine that I'm using a lot in here are the agenda, stamps and stickers. So these are perfect for this kind of scrapbooking because it's a lot of, you know, done, dinner, bought, the moon, ratings, yes, no, weather. So I'm using those a lot in there, which I'm really enjoying. I've also got the set called Mark It Up, which are, you know, scribbles and squiggles and, you know, highlight, a little bit of handwriting and that kind of thing, which is good. And then I've got these digital sampler mini kits I made last year, one for each month. And if you just click on all of those, a lot of cards, a lot of just random, silly, cute little things that I'm putting in there, you know, coffee, shoes, plants, these little labels, which I really enjoy using. I'm also using, obviously, a lot of my Ali Edwards stuff, a lot of Project Life cards and things. So it's just great to go through and find bits and pieces for this type of scrapbooking. It's really fun, actually. So that is it. That is my book. I like how it's come out. You know, these grand ideas sometimes don't work out, but I'm really enjoying scrapbooking like this. I've got freedom to make regular layouts if I want, or I can just, you know, figuratively stick a photo in and just say we ate here and that's enough. So thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll keep sharing my pages as I do them on Instagram. But, you know, in a couple of months' time, I'll come back here and see where we're up to in this book. So thank you, guys. Talk soon.